Alex, let's start with you and just your contract situation and how confident are you? I know there were talks earlier, then you kind of waited until now. How confident are you that you'll be able to get something done to stay?
I mean, I've said all along that I want to stay here. I want to come back next year. So, you know, hopefully we can get something done here soon.
Brandon, how about you? Can you give us an update on your health and your expectations for the start of training camp?
Yeah, health's good now. Obviously, it was no secret. It was definitely a frustrating year. Not the way I had envisioned it going, but right now health is good and recovery's going well. So hopefully, long term, it kind of puts the stuff to bed, and I can just focus on playing. It's obviously more fun when you're in the lineup and you're contributing, and it's tough to watch. And this year, I thought the guys played pretty hard, and I thought our team definitely showed a lot of signs of improvement, and pretty fun watching the young guys play too. So I think we like where we're at, but in terms of myself, yeah, I definitely feel better and looking forward to just having a good summer and try to bounce back.
Alex, what's been the delay? We thought it was going to be a done deal once the trade deadline came and went. And what's the ideal situation for you moving forward with this hockey team? How long do you want to be here for, term-wise?
Well, I don't know. I'm just looking to the next year, but obviously, I've been here my whole career, and I would like to, in a perfect world, I'd like to stay here until I'm done with hockey.
And the delay?
Well, I'm not gonna, discuss details. But like I said, I hopefully we can figure something out here soon. I want to be here, and I hope they want me here too.
Louis, we've talked to you a lot the last couple of years about your role, where you see it. Where do you see yourself moving forward with this hockey team?
We'll see when the next season starts, probably. But a little bit different role this year, playing more defensive line and playing against the other team's top players. So, whatever it takes to win games, that's the most important for everyone here. And if you have a role, you try to do the best you can in that role. So we'll see what happens.
It's changed a lot for you, though, in the last 2 years. Does it still seem like a fit for you here, though?
Like I said, it's you always try to do your best, whatever you play, and that's been the situation this year. I've been trying to do my best in the situations they've been putting me out there, and that's all you can do. And I still think it's fun to be playing on this team, and it's a good group, and it's fun to watch the young players come up and play like they've been doing. And I think we've been taking some steps this year, like the whole team. So that's been good.
Louis, for you personally, you always get your numbers get compared to the contract. There's no way around that. So there's been a lot of speculation about what that could be for you future-wise. Are you prepared for anything this offseason?
Yeah, well, you never know what can happen, but yeah, I know it's been everyone knows about my deal, and but all I can do is just play the way I want to play and work hard, and that's all I can do.
Tanner, how much of a new lease on life was this trade for you? I heard from Travis and Jim earlier, and they just talked about what a great addition you were to the top six when they brought you in. Just how positive has this been for you?
Yeah, I think obviously the year didn't go as planned, getting dealt twice, but coming here, I just wanted to play hockey at the end of the day, and I got the opportunity to do that here, and things started clicking, and it was fun ever since I got here.
What does that do for you heading into the summer to have a finish to the season like you did from a personal perspective?
Yeah, it obviously gets you pretty excited for next year. It's going to be a big summer for myself, and I don't want another season like I had this year, obviously, and so I'm going to do everything I can to, start out of the gates good.
Seemed like you had some really good chemistry with Bo, and you got to play with him for an extended run late in the season. What was it about the way that line worked with Louis on it as well late in the year?
Yeah, I think we're three players that like to take care of our own end before going north, and it was like that when or it's how I was brought up in LA, style of play, and you know, Bo has a really good sense of that, and so that's why it kind of worked out, I think.
You got a bit of a unique perspective coming in late in the season. Where do you see this group right now as a team in its development and going forward to next year?
Yeah, it's obviously a young team. A lot to learn, obviously, going down the stretch. They were playing the big playoff teams, and you know, some we could handle, and it was you know, a good confidence builder, I thought. And you know, like I said, we got a lot of good guys. They got good heads on their shoulders, and they want to win. And you know, we're all looking forward to next year now.
Alex, you've seen the defenseman or the defensive core kind of turn over right before your eyes. You saw Quinn late in the season. Even a guy like Brogan kind of made a bit of an impact in a couple of games. You know, Ole's still a possibility for next year. What do you see from that group in terms of what the future of this D is going to look like?
Yeah, like you say, we had a lot of different guys in the D core. We had some injuries, and you know, a lot of guys had to step up and play big minutes that you know, they haven't done before, and I think they showed that they can do that. You know, so there's I think it looks good. I mean, there's you know, Quinn looks good. You know, he obviously needs more experience. You know, he only played a few games, but you can see like how even those games he handled himself very good. You know, he's a great skater. So I mean, that's looking good for the future.
Brendan, you said you're feeling good. Like, are you clear now to hit the ground running for summer off-season workouts and things?
Yeah. I think if we were probably mid-season right now, we'd probably be skating right now, kind of getting close. We're at I think with the 4.5 week mark, which is pretty much where we'd be at. So I think everything's coming along well, and I'm hoping to get on the ice in the next month here just to kind of get a feel for it again and make sure everything feels good before I really start up again in August. But yeah, should be no issues going forward.
And what about sort of where you are? I mean, you are the player you are. You're not going to reinvent yourself at this stage. You and Jay have a lot of similarities on a team that needs some more offense. Like, do you think it can work with two guys at center that sort of do a lot of the same things that you guys do?
Yeah, I think, I mean, again, it depends on kind of the makeup of your team, and I think, you know, for us, we do a lot of the penalty killing too, and I think that gives opportunity to other guys to play a little more offense and focus on the power play stuff and you know, offensive zone, face-offs, things like that opportunity opens up. But, you know, I still think I could be a good two-way player. I still, you know, I still think I can improve offensively. And, again, I think coming this year, coming out of All-Star break, I was healthy again, was feeling great, and I thought I was really looking forward to having a big kind of stretch and just kind of playing well, and our team was in a great spot, and it was just a fun year to play. And when you have to sit and watch, you know, for lack of a better term, it just kind of sucks. But I think for myself, I just want to keep improving, and you know, obviously I had a lot of chances to watch hockey this year, unfortunately, and you realize you're 30 years old now, and it's in hockey terms you're getting technically older, but I still feel like I got a lot left, and I'm still improving. And I think you know, our coaching stuff here has kind of helped me with that a bit, and I'm looking forward to just kind of having a kind of clear mind this summer and just worry about training camp.
Tanner, what do you feel went wrong with LA to start the season? No goals, just 1 assist in those first 17 games, and how can you avoid that kind of start with the Canucks next season?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a mixture of things. You know, you're counting on to be an offensive guy, and you know, you get a few games in, nothing's really going your way, and you know, you start cheating certain places, and you know, it's just kind of a snowball effect, and you just kind of get in your own head, and so I think you know, I'm on top of my game. The small things paint the big picture, and when I get away from those, it's not a good recipe.
And how do you feel like you can avoid that kind of letting things snowball next season?
I think, I mean, obviously that was a big learning process. I think throughout my career I've kind of had small bits of it, but that was a whole new ball game. And then, you know, after that, getting traded, and you know, that's kind of how it goes when that stuff goes on. But you know, it was a good learning curve, and you know, next time I can nip it in the butt a bit earlier.
And you think that adversity will make you better going forward as well?
Yeah, I think you have to look at it that way. It's obviously one of those things where you're counting on to do that stuff, and when you don't, it goes south pretty quick.
Brandon or Alex, whoever wants to answer this question. The team finished in a similar spot to where they did last year, but there's just so much more optimism from the fans and the organization. Why do you think that's the case?
Yeah, I think even in the room there is too. I think there's just a bit of a different energy with, you know, obviously the youth on our team and the young players that have come in and kind of given us, I guess, a bit of a new life. And obviously, look at the year Petey had. I don't think anyone, we knew he was good, but didn't expect him to be quite that level already. And he's still so young and has a lot to learn still. He's just going to keep getting better. You know, look at Brock Besser. You know, he's going to be another guy that's going to be scoring a lot of goals in the future here. And but also, I think, you know, a guy like Pearson came in this year, played really well, and Josh Levo came in, and had a lot of guys that's added to our team. And I think there's just kind of that sense of, you know, where we were. I guess maybe 6-8 weeks ago, we were right there in a playoff spot, and didn't quite work out, but definitely that good learning experience. And I think guys are just looking forward to what's ahead.
I know some of you are older than others, but when each of you guys stepped into the league, I know you all looked up to older veteran players for advice and to show you the way. Now that you guys are kind of in that group, how important is that role? And anybody can answer it, but how important is that role for you guys now, knowing the core group is so much younger around you guys?
Yeah, it's very important. Like, I mean, I remember coming to the league, how many good players, good people I had around me that I learned from just by watching every day. So I think we're all trying to, you know, set a good example for all our young guys, and, you know, just how we deal with every day, you know, how we come in and work hard and things like that. So I think that's, you know, that's something that we're all trying to do well.
Brandon, just to follow up Jeff's question earlier about the centers in the bottom six, and Adam had a pretty healthy run here and showed some promise. You've played wing before. Is that something that you see in terms of giving this team flexibility, that you could still go in there, still take key faceoffs, and still have an important role if that's kind of how it plays out?
Yeah, whatever. Again, it's for me. It's, you know, I just want to be here, and I'll play wherever they want me to. And you know, God's had a chance to come in and play a little bit this year and kind of get his feet wet a bit, and I thought I did really well. So you know, whatever it looks like at training camp or where we are during the season, I think one thing you realize too is, you know, injuries happen in the league, and it's nice to have, you know, 4, 5, 6 centermen that can play. And I'm sure if there's a chance to play wing, I definitely would do it, and I'll do whatever they want me to do, really. So I guess we'll see.
Tanner, for you, in your mind, are you a full-time top six guy? You know, there's guys that kind of play in that middle six, and you give them a full-time top six role, and maybe they can't produce at the same level consistently. How do you see that, and your ceiling?
Yeah, I think, you know, I think I have to say yes. And as soon as you doubt yourself, that's no good. I think I can probably play anywhere. You know, it's one of those things where since I've been brought up playing so defensively and whatnot, I can, you know, play both sides. So obviously being a top six guy is pretty fun when things are going the right way. But I could probably be slotted anywhere.
Louis, you've got 3 years left on the deal, so you're halfway through the contract. Like, will you just take it year by year? Do you anticipate playing 3 more years in the NHL?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I always want to play as many years as I can, and my body still feels good, and I still think I can do it. So that's always been my goal to play every year, and I mean, it's obviously still fun to play games like this and be in the league. So for sure.
We'll wrap it up there. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.